Tighten up your business harness, folks. It's time for the Badcast Newscast.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody, to the Badcast Newscast. So glad to have you. You got Reklis here with Kenny and Tim. I'm pointing at them on my screens like I'm actually pointing to them in real life. Because
yeah, we got it.
That's how a good host does, right? Oh, hey. Mm-hmm. Perfect. How y'all doing today? Kenny, you good? You good?
Doing good.
Yeah. Tim?
Good. Yeah, hanging in there.
Word. Kenny, I wanted to ask you this. Are you officially at ponytail length all the way around?
Yeah, pretty much. I've got a bun right now, but I can do a small ponytail.
So the front stuff stays?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I can't quite, like if I go back, I get here and like this stuff still hangs.
It'll fray sometimes. I've got it pretty good right now. But I think my hair was a little longer than yours last March, so.
My hair
your beard,
really short.
Your beard counts.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Have you done any beard trimming in?
Oh yeah, I have.
Okay,
many times.
Gotcha.
I just haven't since like, I don't even remember when it was.
Yeah, my beard was only a tiny bit longer than Tim's in March. And then
But you haven't shaved it at all.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've trimmed it off at least twice.
Yeah.
I like how your beard, Reklis, is like naturally grows into a wizard beard.
It does the shape.
See, yeah, you can do the like metal or hard rock long beard, whereas I get the socialist on the street corner selling a newspaper beard. It's the best I can do. It gets big and thick, but even when it's long, it doesn't do that.
You've got such a good like poof out. I actually love jealous of it. Sometimes I get disappointed with how pointy mine is, and I don't really have any options besides point.
Grass is always
got like a chin. Right. It's like a chin fro.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it is. And if you can see, there's a lot of white in it.
There is a lot of white
Kenny,
there.
Chin fro Jones.
A lot of white in that chin fro there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't really have salt and pepper. It's more of like a Cajun spice.
Oh, yep.
I like to say.
Well, see, that's the funny thing is because I used to have every color in there. I used to have blonde hairs and red hairs in my beard, like everything.
Purple?
Yeah.
Wow.
And all of them just turned white. So that's what all the white is it just all of that turned white, whereas black hairs mostly just stayed black.
That's interesting because I've got a little bit of red and I've definitely got this blonde patch in the middle.
Yeah.
Some random colors going on too.
But who knows why, but
who knows? I'm sure this is exactly what the internet is clamoring for. 3 white straight males talking about their facial hair.
That is like the platonic ideal of a podcast, by the way. So we are living up to it.
We are just nailing it here. Yep. Offering something unique to the world.
Yeah, three white guys born somewhere between 1971 and 1998 talking about their beards. Yep.
Right.
That is absolutely our shit.
There's a card game that I play with some friends, and it's points based, and then you get like a point for this card and a point for that card. There's one called the Bearded Hipster, and you get like 2 points for it, but if you have more than one bearded hipster, more than one bearded hipster, it starts to detract.
Nice. So we're losing value
away. Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so let's move into our first topic here. First discussion point is last time we were just hanging out, the idea of talking about Reese's came up. Reese's, the brand of candy. And I thought it would be fun for us to do a power rankings of Reese's. Do you guys say Reese's or Reese's?
It's Reese's.
I'd say probably both. Reese's. I think more so Reese's.
Yeah.
It's because everybody wants to say Reese's Pieces.
Well, no, that's the thing is I love to say Reese's
How they
Pieces.
Trained us.
I love to say Reese's Pieces, but then if I'm just saying Reese's, I sometimes will say Reese's. Doesn't make any sense.
Do you think Reese Pieces' nickname in school was Reese's Pieces?
You can't spell Ryan
because that's definitely what I would have called him.
I know you're going for that Daily Show joke, Tim. You can't spell Reince Priebus without Prince Reeves or something.
Prince Reeves, yeah.
Yeah. Man. So yeah, we're going to talk about all things Reese's or Reese's, the Pieces and the Pieces, all of it to go. So before we dive
My
in,
astrological sign is Reese's Pisces.
perfect.
Great.
So before we actually go into our top threes, I went to the Reese's website and looked at some of their gigantic amount of product they sell. So want to just mention some that I'm pretty confident are not on you guys' top three and are not on my top three. These are not honorable mentions. They are, why the hell do they make these mentions?
Dishonorable discharge.
Yes. Not all of them are like that, but
Sure.
they're just, some of them are weird. Like, did you know they make one that's called the Crunchy Reese's that has, it's a Reese's peanut butter cup with peanuts in it? Where are you at, Tim? Tim just went somewhere else in his head. I think Discharge maybe got him going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Dishonorable discharge. Yeah. This sounds bad for multiple reasons.
Yeah. You pretty much got it.
I got it. All right.
I got your dishonorable discharge right here.
Right here.
All right.
All right. So yeah, do you think a Crunchy Reese's is good? Peanuts inside a regular Reese's peanut butter cup.
See, the thing is, Reese's peanut butter is so sweet.
Right.
Seems like actual peanuts would detract from that.
It's also just a whole different thing. It's a peanut butter filled thing, not a peanut butter with peanuts filled thing.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I'm not like the Nutrageous or something, or like the.
Well, this one is just called Crunchy, and it's just a regular one with peanuts in it for some reason.
Yeah.
But I guess like Snickers does it with extra peanuts and stuff. Yeah, I think no peanuts in a Reese's is how I feel.
I know there's a place for peanuts. It's in a Snickers.
Right. Yeah. So they do their kind of their holiday themed ones. So they Reese's eggs. I think people see those quite a bit. They have Christmas trees. They have pumpkins at Halloween. They also at Halloween have something called a Franken cup, which has a green chocolate bottom. That's maybe chocolate. It says it's got a green cream in it. And it looks like it's just a regular peanut.
Once again, dishonorable discharge.
Dishonorable discharge for sure.
No.
Yeah, dishonorable dis slime.
Yeah.
No good. They've got wafers. Have you seen this? It's basically like a Kit Kat style thing, but made with Reese's.
All this talk is making me kind of sad, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the good ones here, okay? I want to get rid of some of these other ones. And then their new thing is they're basically just varying the sizes of a peanut butter cup. So you've got your regular peanut butter cup like this. They've got the thins, which is more chocolate to peanut butter ratio. And then they've got like the huge cup that's more peanut butter to chocolate ratio. I don't want to get into the discussion of that because that might come up in our top threes too much here. But there's a lot of stuff. There are 12 pages on the Hershey's.com/Reese's
_EN
right.
US, whatever it is. Yeah.
Products. There's too many things. Well, I'm going to dive off our power rankings with my number 3. So my third favorite. I love the miniature cup. So this is the individually wrapped in foil cup. I think it's a really good size, a really good peanut butter to chocolate ratio. And I also like the like ceremony of unwrapping it and taking the thing off and eating it. It's like there's a process to the eating it, which makes it a really good snacking candy so with the Reese's Pieces, you can just kind of keep shoveling them. There's something about the ceremony and the ritual of unwrapping it, doing it. And then like I usually play with the wrapper while I'm chewing and kind of thing. And it's like, there's something in that ceremony that I really enjoy.
Yeah, turn it into a cube.
I sometimes definitely do a cube, or if I'm eating 20 of them, I try to make a larger and larger cube or ball or something where I keep adding all of the wrappers to one wrapper. That's the mother wrapper.
Kind of badge of honor.
Right. It's kind of like a Russian dolls of getting fat. Tim, tell us about your number 3.
So let me take a step back.
All right.
To the deplorables. Not that far back.
Yeah.
So starting it with like Reese's, not like buyer beware. Like, don't fall for this. Basically anything that says it has Reese's or is like made with Reese's thing that is not like a Reese's product, like just stay away from it. I like, no matter how many times I like recognize the fallacy in it, I always, for some reason, see like the Reese's ice cream. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do the Reese's ice cream. It's gonna be awesome. And it's like, it just tastes like chocolate ice cream. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even taste so peanut buttery.
It's got to have
whereas-
actual Reese's Pieces chunks in it, or Reese's Pieces or a Reese's Cup chunks in it to really be that. And then you're at that product. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would say a shake, like a Reese's shake from Cookout, like that's
like my go-to shake at Cookout is a Reese's shake.
Yeah, can't fail there. But yeah, so just like like Reese's chips, you know, like peanut butter chips or whatever, like they're just kind of mild peanut butter chips. Anyway, so
good note. I like this.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna go. My third is the classic Reese's. Yeah, that's like
the peanut butter cup you're talking.
Yep, the classic peanut butter cup. Just can't go wrong with that. It's got to be on the list. I
agree. It's a really great one. Solid classic. The tray, I love the cardboard little tray that they come in, two sitting on a tray. It makes it. It's another ceremony thing. Something about the wrappers I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to be specific, I would probably say the individually wrapped ones, like the single peanut butter cup, like probably something you find in an Easter basket or something.
Right. It's kind of like all four sides folded over and glued on the back, and you kind of unwrap it that way, like a Christmas present.
And it's just one little piece of cardboard inside,
just to keep it from crushing. Yeah. I like it. Yep. All right, Kenny, number 3.
I gotta be on the same page as Tim here. First of all, gotta do an honorable mention for Reese's Pieces, just because they are very good, but just the amount of peanut butter and a lot of the other stuff is just so much better. Reese's Pieces are awesome. I was eating them a bunch a couple months ago. I quit and I lost like 5 pounds, so that was probably a good choice. But yeah, my number 3 is same as Tim, the classic orange Reese's flat big peanut butter cup. Just the way that those are done. I like the ones that you're talking about, but these, I don't know if it's just because the peanut butter is concentrated in that way. They're just slightly more salty, which gives it a nice tang.
You're talking about when it's in a longer form?
The bigger one that's like that big around, rather than the ones
the one that I talked about.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I do like those, but the other ones are just, I like them a little bit better.
I understand. Yep. Very cool. I'll jump into my number 2. So I purposely skipped over this when talking about the Halloween ones. For the first time this Halloween, I saw they have bat-shaped ones that look basically nothing like a bat. It looks like a curvy turd. But
all right, you're selling me so
far. The chocolate to peanut butter ratio
Dishonorable Discharge
is perfect. Yeah. I like it even better than a classic cup. I think it's a little bit more peanut butter than like to chocolate ratio, and it's like, but it's not very big. Whereas the Christmas tree has too much peanut butter. I think it's like too fat in the middle, and it's all peanut butter, not enough chocolate. I was blown away by the bat last year. I was like, this is my preferred version of the peanut butter cup is in the bat shape. So I was very happy to come across that this year. Oh, cool. That's my number 2.
Nice. Bats are good for more than just transmitting coronavirus.
Right. I mean, we got to discover stuff about bats. Got to celebrate the good parts. Tim, let's hear your number 2.
My number 2, going to go with the Easter egg. The Easter egg.
Okay.
Reese's. Just another kind of classic. Like that kind of meaty, thick center where it kind of gets a little thicker in the middle.
Yep.
Similar to the classic. It has, you can kind of like break off a little piece of it. Like if you want to, you could like kind of crack it in half, or like break it off in your mouth or something.
Good mouth feel.
Yeah,
that's what people say.
The good terroir.
a good mastication experience.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
I love it. Kenny, number 2.
Sorry to do this, but again, I gotta agree with Tim. The Easter egg.
Oh man, this is awesome.
I gotta disagree with this. I promise this is not planned.
Yeah.
Gotta disagree with Reklis. I think the more peanut butter, the better for those kind of Reese's. And
I'll second that.
I've never had the Christmas tree, so maybe that's even better. But the peanut butter egg has got so much peanut butter in it. I love it.
Cool. I'd be curious. Have you tried the like big cup? Like it's like a taller cup.
No, I have not had that one.
I'm curious if you guys like that. My assumption is that I won't like it as much because I like a better ratio between the chocolate and peanut butter. Very interesting. I'll chime in here before we get to our number ones that Stephanie, my wife, she prefers the thins, which are like 75% chocolate to 25% peanut butter because she doesn't care for peanut butter that much. So she's way on the other side of the spectrum and she's wrong too.
Yeah. Yeah. We can agree with that.
Yeah. The dark chocolate thins are pretty good, but they're not in the same class.
Oh yeah.
This is a different thing. I mean,
or though even the white chocolate thins are pretty good, but
get out of here. I'm typically not a fan of a white chocolate candy thing. I mean, it's like not gross, but it's not nearly as good as regular chocolate, actual chocolate.
Fair enough.
But all right, so my number 1, I was surprised that Kenny threw this just as an honorable mention, and neither Reese's Pieces is the premier candy from Reese's. It's his pieces, man. He knows what he's doing. Pieces of his soul, I think. I say it because
the only creature to ever visit our planet from another one.
The only ET. Yeah. I actually do love it. And speaking of movies, it's one of my favorite movie candies. I actually like Gobstoppers better because they last a little longer and you can't just like devour them.
They're everlasting.
They are falsely advertised as everlasting. But I love Reese's Pieces. I love the candy shell. I think it's, to the point about the peanut butter, it's almost all peanut butter.
That's true.
I love it. I also love that it can be just devoured. I think, Kenny, I know you're talking about. I'll also mention I like it from the cardboard box that gives it a weird cardboard box flavor.
It's almost every candy from the movie theater is better than.
Right, but mostly at the movies too. Like if I'm eating a box of it on my couch watching not like TV, not a movie event, it doesn't feel as exciting. But if I'm in a dark theater with the box and it's rattling around and I'm trying really hard to be quiet, there's something really great about that. So Reese's Pieces, my number 1 Reese's product.
It
does sound like a good experience.
Yeah. All right.
So
Tim.
I'm gonna go with and this one might be a little more fringe. Fast Break. I don't know if it doesn't seem too popular because it's really hard to find. But to me, that's like the perfect candy bar. It's got peanut butter obviously in it, but it also has like some kind of nougat. So it's not like Three Musketeer nougat. It's kind of like Snickers nougat, but a little bit peanut buttery and with a layer of peanut butter on top of it wrapped in chocolate.
I'm looking at a picture of it. It looks quite tasty. So it's in like it's definitely in a traditional candy bar format here for people who don't know what a fast break is, which I have never had a fast break.
I've only ever been on a fast break when I was when I was playing basketball.
Right. It looks like it's maybe small. It's smaller than a Snickers. Am I right?
I think it's about the same size.
Okay.
I don't know because I usually get
a fun size.
King size.
Oh, you go for the big. You're a Magnum guy.
They do have like they do have bites, which is another cool thing. So it comes in like a pack of 12 and they're smaller ones, so they're easier to have like smaller snacks of.
All right, man. This is interesting to me. I'm gonna have to try one of these.
I'm gonna have to try one too.
Yeah, I discovered them like in 1998 or something like that. But yeah, it just kind of fell off the map, off my radar. And then when I met Helen, she kind of reintroduced me to it. so I decided I should marry her. Yeah.
There you go. You're on the fast break track.
Congratulations to you on the fast break.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, Kenny.
Yeah.
What's your number
All right.
one?
I'm gonna go a little bit out in left field. My favorite is that T-shirt that's instead of Reese's peanut butter cup said Jesus King of Kings. That's my number one.
Oh my God.
Love it.
So I
Will you put a
normally
picture of it up?
I'll get a picture.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. I have. You might also. I have an exact person in my head.
Oh, yeah.
That I know that wore
Oh,
that
yeah.
shirt all the time.
Yep. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Tim, are you aware of this?
This is news for me. Yeah.
There were a bunch of T-shirts. This is probably like late '90s that
Into the early aughts for sure.
Into the early aughts that took like advertising from big American things, but changed them to be about God.
Yeah.
And so instead of Reese's, it says Jesus.
Yeah,
but it's like done in the same style. Otherwise,
yeah, this sounds vaguely familiar.
I'm sure you saw it on somebody walking around back then.
All right, and now a word from our sponsors.
If you're like me, you've heard plenty of commercials on podcasts for mattresses, and they all have one thing in common. You get to try them risk-free for 90 days and return them if you aren't completely satisfied without having to pay 1 cent. Well, what if you are satisfied, but you want to keep them for longer than 90 days without paying? You could try and ghost on the company, but they'll usually find you, until now. That's where we come in. We'll spoof a phone number, address, and email for you so you can order a mattress and keep it without having to pay for it. For a fraction of the cost of the actual mattress, we'll arrange a delivery and pickup of your mattress at a bogus location so that other mattress companies can't track you down. Helping you ghost on the competition since 2019, or Casper, like the ghost, mattresses. Oh, and don't go to the actual Casper Mattresses website. They will make you pay for it.
Welcome back to the Badcast Newscast, everybody. We are excited to talk about the soundtrack from the Bad News Media short film, Split Ends. That's the second short film that we made, and we just put out the soundtrack on Spotify, Napster, iTunes, all those places. You can find it there. If you look up the Split Ends original motion picture soundtrack, because it is original and the pictures move. It's original motion picture.
It tracks the sound.
Yeah. So I wrote and directed the film, and I was really excited about it. And I needed help with the music because I'm not as nearly good of a songwriter or a soundtrack comer-upper with as Tim and Kenny are. But I leaned on Tim a lot, and Tim did a great job with the music, and it really helped make the movie. And I was really proud of how that music turned out. One thing that's not like, there's a couple really good themes in this soundtrack that are revisited, but one thing that is kind of a stand-alone piece was early in the film, we have a montage of our main character. So our main character is Lila. She has broken up with her girlfriend because her girlfriend had hair all over the apartment. And then she decides to get rid of any excess hair, but then the hair comes back and attacks her, basically. That's the rough story. It's a comedy horror. That's why it sounds silly and a little bit horror-ish with people being attacked. So I just asked Tim, hey, I just need like a montage piece of music. Do that. I don't really care. Just make it fun. And Tim, how did you interpret that and come away with it?
Yeah, so I thought about that a lot during set, during the shoot. And I remember it was actually at your brother's place where we were shooting, and he had a piano there. So I decided to tinker around on that in between shots. And I was thinking montage and like cleaning, and just sounds like something, you have a lot of energy doing, and you need energy doing because you want to get it done. So I just kind of worked out some chords. I got a tune in my head like pretty shortly after we started shooting, and so I just like immediately got over to the piano and started working out the chords. Got the melody and the lyrics. I wanted to tie into the hair theme, which you can see also with the song, which lyrics are contained in the song as well. Shed a tear, shedding like hair, which is of course the theme that goes throughout the film.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely check out that song. It's really good. Speaking of the titles, this was during COVID break that we decided to actually name all of these things, even though the film had been done for a while. We were putting out the soundtrack. Tim had come up with all the ways to break the tracks. And I feel like we had a pretty good time coming up with these song title track names. And I love how they turned out. Kenny, do you have any thoughts on our the silliness that is the titles?
That was a fun day. Everything ended up having a parenthetical second title. So, and a lot of them were very, very fun to come up with.
So everything does have this name and then a parenthetical second title. So Shed a Tear, I Won't. And then except for the middle three songs, which are all puns about, well, one of them's about hair and stuff. One is called Hair Revisit because the hair is showed back up, but it's like a hairy visit is how you could say it. It's fun. It's silly. It's go check out the titles.
Yeah.
And what's cool about those three songs is that they have the same theme throughout. Tim, can you talk about when the hair is on screen, it has its own like theme song almost. What's that like?
Yeah. So, so about Shed a Tear, the song we were just talking about, that was definitely like an anomaly, kind of different from the rest of the feel for the soundtrack. And the theme really starts with Namaste, Your Day. And then, so Hair Revisit. So the kind of plucking sound, which is also in the name of one of the songs, was what Reklis had asked for, that kind of feel in the soundtrack. He said like just that kind of plucking sound in the music kind of generally. And so I decided to get that kind of pizzicato sound in the melodies that I chose, and specifically for the hair themes, because I wanted to have like an identity represented in the music and melodies for the hair to kind of travel through the film. And there are it's kind of three main songs that revolve around that, and each one changes a little bit, sometimes more subdued, or just coming up in like an ethereal form, to kind of change shape as the hair changes shape as well, or at least changes appearances.
So Tim, the ninth track, the last one actually in the movie, not including the credits, starts out with this humongous synth bass sound. Sounds very Moog-y. What'd you use to make that? I think I asked you once. I don't remember exactly if you even remembered. Probably something in Logic, but
yeah, I don't.
It sounds so good though.
Yeah, I think it was one
gigantic.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Moog presets. That's a lot of my go-tos for those sounds, because they come out of the box like sounding really nice, and just add some tweaks, and sounds beautiful.
Here, hit play on track 9, Tim.
Yeah, sure.
I love that filter moving. It's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we can fade it out here. We're stop it there. I love this. So later in the song, which we'll hear as we go out for the episode, we'll hear the end of that song, which is big and triumphant and really kind of this celebratory kind of thing. And I loved that song for the ending, but I was worried that there's some kind of bad things happening to our main character during this section. And I didn't want it to seem like too like celebrating the violence that was happening, but it also felt right for the tone of the movie and everything. So I loved this big, fat, ominous, bassy coming in that really sets the tone, and it gets what I wanted across there, which is like it is kind of this big celebratory thing.
It's because the music is from the point of view of the hair.
Right. Absolutely. So it really, I love
It's the hair's theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so happy when we saw the first edit of this with the music in. I was like, this is working, and it's super.
It also makes it funnier even than it was.
There's a lot of things that made this movie funnier than I intended when I wrote, but actually was better than I think I wanted it to be. So I was super happy with that. So yeah. Tim, do you remember any of those discussions about how to balance the like seriousness with the like kind of exclaiming like positive sound of the song?
Yeah, I remember because I think I came first with just the melody, and I think that was where like the concern came from, because it was like just the da 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 da, like the main melody that you hear later on in the song. But then later I added that low dirty bass, and that I think was when like the light bulb went off with us, that like this is gonna work.
Yeah.
I guess some other things to add would be the melody that's in there is, so we call it Sam's theme reprise, and we have Sam's theme earlier, and in Sam's theme, it's just like a nice piano sounding, like there's hope coming in the relationship, and there's this moment, and then it takes a turn for the worse, and then we hear like the hair theme kind of revisit just like a little bit, like, oh God, like so juxtaposing these two things together. And then so this song, still Sam's theme, but the way that it's juxtaposing this time is with a slight change in the melody that you can hear, where it's just like a little bit more menacing sounding with like basically just like a one note change, to kind of put those two opposing forces back together in the joining of those that kind of two musical elements.
Yep, it's a lot of fun. So definitely go check out the whole soundtrack on your favorite music listening service. Go watch the film if you haven't seen it, or if you want to see it and after you listen to the music, go watch it. It's on the Bad News Media YouTube channel. This is fun, guys. I had a good time. I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. So we'll take you out with the title track, Split Ends, from the Split Ends original motion picture soundtrack, called Split Ends, Sam's Theme Reprise.
Next week on the Badcast Newscast.
Word burger.